Today we're talking about Pete. Pete is a really kind of a cool story. He actually...
Pete's a story? Or is he a guy?
Pete's got a cool story.
Oh.
He is a story today.
Pete is the story and he's also a guy.
He's a guy and he's a story.
That thing's loud. Tell Pete to be quiet. Is that Pete?
That's not Pete.
That's not Pete.
That's a coffee brewer.
Okay, where's Pete?
Pete's in my cup right now. He's in this thingy.
Poor dude.
Yeah. No, okay,
Might be
so
not
Pete
across
came
him.
from like Amsterdam or somewhere like that. And he wanted to come to America to be an engineer. When he got here, though, he tried our coffee. And the coffee back then was like Folgers at best, which is probably the worst thing you could ever say. So coffee was not good.
Okay.
So then he decided I'm going to give up everything I'm doing and I'm going to educate.
I've got to fix this problem.
He's got to fix this. It wasn't a matter of passion. Like, he wasn't a coffee dude. He just wanted some coffee, and he was from Europe. And then he's like, I can't. This is not
Can't do it.
gonna
I
work."
can't engineer under these circumstances.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
First, let me fix the coffee.
Then I can go back to work.
I'll start engineering.
So he set out on a mission to educate people on how to roast coffee or drink it. Even.
Okay.
Like, he was like one of the guys that first started selling burr grinders and other things like that. Just really educating people on
When was this?
This was a long time ago, like probably the 60s.
60s. Okay.
So he kept doing that, and there were these three guys that really loved what Pete was doing, and they wanted to bring it to Seattle.
They're hippies.
Bum, bum, bum. I think you can tell where this is going. These three guys, basically, they asked Pete to be under Pete. They wanted to be under Pete. And
So they're under Pete's?
yeah, they're
like
under
minions?
Pete's. Like little minions.
Named
They were
under
like,
Pete's.
can we be your minion under Pete's?
Okay.
Basically. Because they
We
wanted
need
to
an
know how to
under
do coffee as well. They wanted to be able to learn this. They learned from Pete. Pete, taught him, but he didn't really want to do much other than just have his little shop where he would sell it. And so then they took the education that they got from him, basically. They went to Seattle, and they set up a shop on Pike's Place.
Seems like there was somebody else from Seattle that did coffee. Or
Set up on Pike's
something.
Place?
Or Pike's Place. That rings a bell.
Wow, this guy. So anyway, they are also into Moby Dick, and if you know anything about Moby Dick, there's a captain on Moby Dick's ship, and his name is Captain Starbuck. Bam.
Bam.
Now you know the origins of Starbucks. You also know the origins of great coffee. Pete really was the guy that pioneered this. And fun little fact. When the guy that started Starbucks, got into it and he got really fed up with the way Starbucks was being ran, he went down to Pete's and he actually bought Pete's store from Pete.
So under Pete became the over Pete?
That's right.
Wow.
And then he repeat
Oh no.
the process. No.
Dang.
Oh, we're good. We're
That's
good like
good,
that. We're so cheesy. It's terrible. Okay, so anyway. So yeah, the odor of Pete's...
if you thought that was corny, give us a thumbs up.
Yeah, give us a thumbs up. So, yeah. So what we're going to be doing, though, is we're going to be trying this coffee. It's different experience. So if you go to Pete's, you can go to Pete's website. You can actually order his coffee, and they will send it to you after... They will roast it after you order.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a really cool thing. This...
You will get your very own under Pete to roast your coffee and send it to you.
That is now over Pete.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to Pete. This is a long time ago. I mean, it's when Starbucks started, so Pete might be dead by now.
Hopefully
Rest in
not.
peace.
Gosh. That was pretty just out there.
Wow.
Nah,
Very
probably dead.
insensitive.
That guy's probably dead. Poor guy, man. Feel bad for his family.
You
Wow.
don't even know if
Don't
he's
hurt
dead.
yourself now.
I'm just trying to hurry this process up.
As soon as you said he might be dead, you started grinding that like crazy. Are you sure there's not like
Just be quiet.
pieces of him in there that you're trying to hide or
This
something?
is not his ashes, and don't be morbid.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, but that's the origin stories of Starbucks. Now, you might...
By the way, let me just point something out. We're using the Hario V60 here and a nifty little carafe for it. You want to check that out? We got a Hario V60 review, talks about this and why it's important that you should buy one.
Yeah, the link's below, and it's also on the screen if you're watching this from your cell phone or from computer. Sorry, TV watchers. You have to wait till next week.
Yep. You can get up and try to tap your TV, see if it works.
Maybe you got a touchscreen TV. That'd be so cool. I'm sure they have them, but no, they probably don't. Why would you want to smudge all over your TV? That's
they have them on the news, man. That's what they do weather on these days. Don't even use a green screen. That's too old school. They've got like
we all have that in our house. Okay, back to Peet. No. Back to Peet and Starbucks.
Slacking.
So Starbucks, though, before the owner of Starbucks sold Starbucks and moved down to own Peet's place, this guy came in. I forget what his name is. I am terrible. I don't care about his name. But the owner of Starbucks now, or one of the main guys, he came in and he realized that because he's a salesman and he was selling products like Mr. Coffees and a bunch of other appliances, blenders and all that jazz. He saw that there was one shop in Seattle that was selling an excessive amount of coffee brewers. And, because home coffee brewing wasn't exactly a thing. So he's like, I got to go figure out what's the deal with this little shop. So he went and tried it, and he fell in love with the whole coffee experience. And he asked to be part of their company.
And under Peet.
Under Starbucks.
Oh.
This is when Starbucks.
This is not. Oh, this is Starbucks.
This is Seattle.
Okay.
So he went to Seattle. Figured this all out.
Part.
So he then created the empire, basically, of Starbucks. Then the guy that owned Starbucks, his two other people that he started Starbucks with had already gone on to different careers. So it's just these two guys now. Schultz, I think, is his name, and then the guy that actually owns Starbucks.
Okay.
And they were like, I don't really agree with each other. I'm going to just go do my thing in Peet's because I'm more about the coffee. I'm less about the making $1 million or whatever. So
Making
he goes
$1 million
down.
Starbucks?
Yeah, $1 million Starbucks. So he goes down to Starbucks he goes down to Peet's back in California, and they have a no compete. Didn't try to do that, but it came out. They had a no compete thing, and super funny every time I say it now.
Yep. No compete.
We're so cheesy. So eventually, though, that contract was over, and Starbucks wrote a letter.
It did not repeat.
Yeah, it didn't repeat. Okay.
Good to know.
So Starbucks wrote him a letter, and he said it's to Peet's, and we're going to just use the entities' names, the people's names, because I can't remember their names.
Okay.
Starbucks writes Peet's a letter, and he says, hey, contract's coming up. You should sell your store to me, or else we're going to run you into the ground. Whoa. The guy that makes Starbucks is now going to be outdone by his own company.
Man.
It's really
These are
hard.
some vicious hippies.
Yeah, exactly. Like when I heard that, I was very upset because I think you have some.
When you heard that back in the '60s.
I heard that back in the '60s. I mean, have some respect for the guy that made your company that you're now so successful with. But they said, no way, dude. We're not going to sell you this company. That's ridiculous.
Right.
So Starbucks came, set up a shop right across the street from him, and bam, Peet's did great. They did better. And then the phenomenon came where people realized that sticking it to Starbucks and saying, no, I'm not going to sell my coffee shop to you was actually the best thing to happen to them is when Starbucks moves in next to you.
Yeah, because that area now becomes the coffee hub, and everybody thinks of that area as the place to get that thing. Draws even more attention to the whole, all ships rise in that area.
Right. Another part of it is Starbucks is basically a what is the term for drugs? Gateway drug. Starbucks is a gateway drug. A lot of people never tried a cappuccino, never tried a macchiato or whatever. They go to Starbucks because whatever, I'll try it
accessible.
out. So they get it, they like it, then they try some other coffees, and they end up saying, I really want to look into this whole culture a little more. They get excited about the third place culture, which is something that Starbucks promotes, and then they're like, well, where's a more comfy third place? One that's actually got couches and is a little bit fancier or whatever. So then they go to the mom and pop shop right next door.
That's where you get your more quality coffee.
Right.
Like Cafe Bella in Albuquerque.
So in the end, Starbucks actually does really great for all these little industries.
And recording stopped.
So anyway, Peet's, though, keeping in the tradition of great coffee, actually will sell you coffee and roast it the day you order it and send it to you, and you'll have as fresh as you can get coffee.
So is that
overnight.
how you got this?
No. This is how you will receive Peet's coffee if you live in America. I highly doubt that anybody's actually going to go online and order these things because it costs like $16. You can go to the store and get it for $10. So we will be trying this coffee in the next video for what you will actually be tasting, and because we don't want to be like, oh yeah, it's super good because we got it fresh. I mean, fresh coffee is always going to be better than old coffee. So we're going to find out if this old coffee stands up to time, because that's how most people will be drinking it.
It's true.
So check out that video, and thanks for watching this video. Give us a thumbs up, give us a like, give us a subscribe, give us to us
everything you own.
If you have money, we don't have a way for you to give that to us, but we can find a way.
Just stick it in an envelope, stick it in the mail, put Joel and Daniel. It'll get here.
They'll find a way. Yeah, cash. Put cash in an envelope.
Put cash right in there and
right,
drop
Joel
it.
And Intellect.
It'll end up in the right hands. Don't worry.
Joel and Daniel at Intellect. Send it the postcard.
Can't miss. Actually, he didn't have a Twitter handle, did we?
He has a Twitter. We'll put it in below. You can see it right here.
But you can reach him on the podcast
opportunity for some. Look, I haven't done this in so long.
Yeah.
I miss these little graphics.
I stopped doing it because I got in trouble last time I did it.
There we go. There's his tweet. It's shining like a glowing sun. Oh, there it's floating away. Goodbye, tweet. Okay. That was fun. Not for me in the future. Sorry, me in the future. But
that's why I stopped doing that. Present Dan.
I could be a jerk to the future Dan too. You know, like right now, I literally am thinking,